Hello everybody, hey, how you doing? It's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. 6:15, July 12th, Friday. So 6:15 a.m. Friday, July 12th. And thank you for watching Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Wouldn't mind sharing this stuff with other people, subscribing, liking, leaving messages. That would be cool. So today we've got a special late spring cleaning episode. And what do I mean by that? So these are the ragtag random oddball-ish, oddball adjacent cards that I kind of have in my oddball box that either don't belong to anything or, like say a box set that I only picked up a card here and there over the years. Like a KayBee or something like that. It's just kind of randomly out by itself. So we've been moving on. We had moved on to doing the Topps cards, and so most of these are going to be Topps. I do still have a few random other brand ones that I came across, like Upper Deck and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll show those with these, but we are going to update one of the videos that I did. The Coca-Cola stuff. We're going to do that here in a second. Quick shout out. Thank you for the 136 subscribers that I have now. And we got a few more comments last night. So I just want to shout out these people really quick. Once this pulls up. Calliope Volglitz. Oh, just replied. Alright, thank you. Diver Dave. Calliope again. Diver Dave. And so thank you all for chiming in on my videos there. Alright, thank you folks. So yeah, shout out to Calliope Zitz. I don't know how to say that. And Diver Dave for commenting. Thank you for everyone who subscribes and people my way who might like it otherwise. Also last night I was watching Four Collectors, and that was with John Mangini and Pepino Man on their Card Fix and Chill episode. And I chimed in a couple times asking Mangini about the Canadian club cards, the whiskey cards, like the Ernie Banks and Billy Williams cards I've showed before. If he had any of them, there was some confusion because Pepino wasn't reading it right. He thought I said 55 when I was like, they're like 1995-ish. But they said they were going to look into those, and then I also asked them about the Don Newcomb card. And so thanks to Pepino Man and John Mangini for responding to my questions while they were live. Alright, so let's move on. So first thing we're going to do is I want to update some of these Coca-Cola stuff. Like this is an Upper Deck Nolan Ryan with a Satchel Paige on the back from Sonic. So I did a special episode of Coca-Cola stuff, but I figured I'd put these together. The Coke logos on some of them other ones too, like the Hardee's disc and all that. But this isn't a specific Coca-Cola card, but I'm throwing that in there because I had the Nolan Ryan ones, the 92s that are Coca-Cola from Leaf. So I did a video on these when I was doing my other oddball company cards, and then I'd come across this card and I was like, dag nabbit, why didn't I do that? Did I say dag nabbit? An Old Style Classics baseball cards, why didn't I do that other Coke card with those Coke cards? Well, so I guess it's because it was one of the Topps random oddball ones. So here's a Mike Schmidt Coca-Cola. So I don't know how this one was distributed, but it's super cool. So I've always loved Coca-Cola. That was always my favorite company growing up, my favorite drink. So let's give them a little shout out. Coca-Cola and Coke registered trademarks, blah blah blah. Topps chewing gum there. So anyways, this is like early summer, late spring cleaning. What I mean by that is I'm gonna clean out, getting these odd ones, the double oddball cards. They're odd because like this one, I only have one. I don't know where it came from. I know I picked it up somewhere along the line because it's an oddball. I don't remember where I got this. Of course, I know why I got it, because when I had seen it, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get that because it's Coke. But I do have a little stack of random cards like this that don't really belong to anything else that I own, unless they go with one of the box sets that I already own, the little 44 card box sets, 33 cards. But those already have the cards in it, so I figured I would show all these on this little episode of Old Style Classics baseball cards, so that I can get this stuff out of the way and move on to some of the last big sets of oddball cards that I have. So this is one I've been sitting on for a while, the Championship Baseball, Reggie Jackson by Milton Bradley. So that's apparently some kind of board game. That's cool. No logo, so there you go with the Topps with no logo. I'm sure this was designed by Milton Bradley, what they wanted. So it's a little weird oddball for Topps, but it's cool. I dig it. It's kind of got that very oddball look to it. I would call like something like this. Yeah, I guess I would call it oddball because you're getting cards to buy that game or whatever. Maybe it was just a box set, like you play game, like if you were playing War or something like that, or if it was a board game. If it was a board game, then hey, get some cards with the board game. And if it's just the box set, then it's kind of the oddball adjacent, but it's a different theme, being that it's a game. But Reggie Jackson, no less, Hall of Famer again. I don't know if I showed these. I don't think so. Maybe I did. So here we go, Mike Schmidt again on these Quaker chewy granola bars. Mike Schmidt. That has a very 33 card set, so much like the Roston Perinos that we're going to be getting to. All right, let's take a look at this. This was 84, the Championship Baseball. And then the Coca-Cola, sorry, was a 1981. So, if anyone knows anything about these, other than like the box sets, well, let me know. So there we go, Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt. Quaker chewy granola bars. I may have showed the Quaker ones before, I don't know. But if not, it's okay. Show them again. Reggie Jackson once again, so we got a theme going here. Mike Schmidt, Reggie Jackson. That is very much like what they did for those Roston Perina cards. So this was just a couple years later in 86. So let's see, old Reggie had 27 home runs in 85 with a whopping 252 batting average. All right. Then Tom Seaver has a White Sox there. White Sock. Alright, so Mr. Tom Seaver. Those are cool. I like them. I like that they're owning that they're oddball. Well, they did actually pay for the logo, so it's funny that he doesn't have a logo at all on there. So, did they save money on that one card? Did they say, hey, look, we did one of these cards of the 33 without the logo, so only charge us one less. Okay, and then there's George Brett, the Hills. Looks like 1990, the Hitman. I don't know what the Hills is. I imagine that's some kind of five and dime store, I would assume. That's very of the age. I believe that would probably be in a box set. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a Circle K. Well, not a Circle K, but something like a thrifty Walgreens kind of store, maybe smaller. Or maybe it's a gas station or something. I don't know. Anyone know what the Hills is? I know I can look it up, but it gives us an excuse to interact. So that's interesting. I don't know what the Hills is. Alright, but I sure do know what Circle K is. So Circle K is just like 7-Eleven. We had a ton of them in Albuquerque, and they're still around, and 7-Eleven's moved out of town there. But all we have here is 7-Eleven. The Circle K's are starting to move into the Bay Area. And I like Circle K. It's just basically the same as 7-Eleven, but it's got a little different stuff. Just slightly different things, like their own brands and stuff like that. But I like Circle K. Got plenty of stories of when we were kids, we'd be riding our bikes out to the Tasty Freeze. We'd want to stop at Circle K to pick up a candy bar or something. We'd offer the guy inside, hey, we'll clean up your parking lot of trash. And he'd be like, okay, well, I'll give you guys each a fountain soda, and you can choose any candy bar from the candy shelf. And so we would do that. Or we'd go in there with like 100 smashed cans, aluminum cans, and they'd give you a penny a can, so we'd get $1 so that we'd go play video games. So those were the days, people. You could still bargain with Circle K. The guy didn't want to go out there and clean the parking lot, so let some kids do it for a candy bar and a soda. So that's cool. Ernie Banks, Circle K. Got a duplicate. That's pretty bad centering for one of them box set cards. Alright. Chugging along. I don't know if this is really an oddball card or not, but this is Topps Collector Series. I think it is from one of those box cards like the Circle K's, which, see, like the Circle K one, because it's specific for Circle K, I consider that oddball, more oddball. The ones that you can get like anywhere, like if they sold this at Toys R Us and Thrifty and Walgreens and all these other stores, it's a little less oddball, but still oddball adjacent. And that is another Ernie Banks there, 85. So that's another one. I'm not too sure what set this came out of, but I'm fairly sure it's a box set. Cool card of Ernie. Then you got the Woolworth, which I believe I have the box set of this, which I'll be showing sometime in the near future as well, once I get past the straight up oddball cards, and I'll start working on some of these little box sets that I have, because they're oddball adjacent as far as I'm concerned. So 89, baseball highlights, number 9. Get out of the Woolworth and stay out. From Oh Brother, We're Out Though. Alright, then we've got a bunch of Kmart, some random Kmart stuff. I do have some Kmart boxes, but they did numerous boxes over the years, and so I would never know which one I had. So if I came across a single like this and it was like in the 10 cards for $1 box or something like that, I would grab them, because I like oddball stuff. You know, Rookie of the 80s, Dream Team. There's Mr. Ryan Sandberg. Ryan. Apparently you got a duplicate. Alright, I didn't put these in any particular order, so this is 20th anniversary Pete Rose. So pretty cool. It's number 44 in a series of 44. Appears to be, what, an 82, right? Yep, 1982. Alright, same thing. So these are the throwback, so to speak, and they're showing you the card from their original card that they're showing here. 20th anniversary. So this is a cool set, MVP series. So I guess they're showing the card of their MVP season for whoever's on this set. So that's cool. All right. Steve Garvey for the Dodgers. There you go, Pepino Man. Got a few Dodgers kind of things from growing up in Albuquerque that he might be interested in seeing, so I'll have to tag him on one of those videos when I get to some of that stuff from the Dukes, who are the farm team for the Dodgers, which Pepino is a fan of the Dodgers. I guess he works for them or something like that. Alright, 1982, Steve Garvey. Please pause it and read that stuff if you're interested. Alright, the Rock Crew. Now this one I've had a long time. I remember this is one of the cards that I had from way back in like 87. Probably before I ever picked up the first box set of these. So I don't know where I came across it, but I've had this card for a very long time. Stars of the 70s. 87 Kmart. With the different top stuff down there. It's a Rod Carew, Hall of Famer. Alright, then one that you thought was going to be a huge card that not as many other people had at the time, but that didn't work out. He was considered DH and pitch hitter. So Mark McGwire there. Kmart. Standard stuff for Topps. It's glossy. So those box set cards were always pretty nice stuff. Really good, pretty good stock. Usually better than flagship. The cards are not worth as much because you knew who you were getting, and so, you know, if you bought 1,000,000 packs of Topps, maybe you would get 500,000 Mark McGwires. Bought 1,000,000 boxes of Kmart, you were guaranteed 1,000,000 Mark McGwires. So I guess that's why those sets don't pull as much value, because you're guaranteed. Alright, moving along. There we go, Don Mattingly on the Dream Team. These ones, like the registration on the Dream Team and all that, seem a little 3D-ish, like blurry though. And the image, that's not the best image, you know, with the shadows there. But so Topps just kind of phoning it in, maybe. So as nice cards as they are, I don't think that's like high quality for Topps. So if I was a Mattingly collector, that wouldn't be one of my favorites. Alright, then Cal Jr., a little better. Hall of Famer. Didn't know about that Kevin Costner thing. Wonder if that's true between him and Cal. You could look that story up online if you're interested. Something to do with Cal Ripken Jr.'s wife and Kevin Costner. Alright, 87. Collector's edition there, Steve Carlton. So, see. Well, '87. I guess that should have been with that. Alright. Now we're going to go on to some companies competing with each other, but yet Topps is willing to hook up with both of them. That Topps is a bit of a whore. And so Topps will do for one company or the other, they don't care. Toys R Us, 1989 collector's edition of my boy Mark Gracie. So Toys R Us. We didn't have a Toys R Us for a long time. They did, and then they didn't. And during this era, they didn't have Toys R Us. I don't think Toys R Us came around for another 5 or 6 years there in Albuquerque. So probably was never had access to these cards, except at like a card show or shop or something like that. There's boy Gracie. A few years into his career there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the yellow. Yeah, it's cool. And then they do cards for the competitor. KayBee, we did have KayBee. Got in trouble one time at KayBee when I was a little kid. Alright, KayBee, George Brett. 2 of 33 card set they have there. So 89 it looks like. So Topps is dump KayBee and go on to Toys R Us, and Topps gets around. But MSA got around everywhere. Sloppy seconds. Tony Gwynn, KayBee. Ah, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's cool. It has an image on the back. It's 86 version. So, KayBee doing cards for multiple seasons there. Alright, then we got Superstars of Baseball, Cal Ripken Jr. It's in nice shape. And that would be 88 apparently, so it looks like they had a run of cards over the years. Please pause that, check that out. And then this was just randomly in there. This Enduring Freedom Secretary of State Tom Ridge card. But it was from Topps. I think this was just insert set into something, I'm not too sure what. So it was in there with these, so I'll go ahead and show it. Alright. Now do I want to do these other non-Topps ones? Nah, I'm going to hang on to these for another episode. So we'll mostly leave that as Topps. So Mike Schmidt, Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt. Let's see, Ernie Banks, George Brett, Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, alright. Well, people, there it is. There's my spring cleaning out my Topps extracurricular oddballs. Please like, subscribe, leave a message, and share this with other people if you wouldn't mind. And now that I'm beyond this, I got one more little stack of some stragglers, and then we'll move on to doing stuff like Denny's, Helmar, Ralston Purina, and then maybe some pre-war. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.